We'll never forget this day 'cause I'm going to work. We're gonna have a good day at work today. I swear it. We're gonna have a good day today. Yeah. Nothing's gonna stop us today. Nothing in the freaking universe. Ain't nobody gonna get you down. Get this day 'cause we're going to work. And I'm gonna enjoy it for once. We're going to work. Yeah. Hey, I think I came down with something. I don't know if I can make it in today. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. I'll rest up. Yeah. I'll drink plenty of orange juice. Okay. Hopefully I'll be in tomorrow. Okay, bye. We're gonna have a good day 'cause we're not going to work. I used to be a negative Nancy, but now I'm a positive Pete. Good morning. Happy Monday, Positive Pete's. Are you ready to get to work? No. How come? You hate your job? Oh man. What can we do? I know. I'll call Mr. Smiley, and he can turn your frown upside down. Oh, hey, Mr. Smiley, good morning. I didn't wake you, did I? I was actually hoping you could come into work today. We've got a serious case of the negative Nancy's over here, and we need you to flip some frowns. Mr. Smiley? Hello? Dang it. It seems like nobody wants to come into work today. Seems like nobody wants to come into work any day. Well, I guess we should investigate why that is. Hey, Roscoe. Why do you think no one wants to come to work? Wow. Let's take a look at these one by one. Monotony and boredom. Many jobs can be repetitive and lack variety, making it difficult for employees to stay engaged and interested. Ain't that the truth? Number 2. Poor work-life balance. Long hours, inflexible schedules, and a lack of time off can make it challenging for employees to balance work and personal responsibilities. This is true, especially here in America, where we don't value time off and we don't value personal space. We value the almighty dollar. Number 3. Low pay or inadequate compensation. Employees may feel undervalued or underappreciated if they are not being compensated fairly for their work. This kind of ties into the last one, because obviously, as we worship the almighty dollar, corporations tend to pay their employees as little as possible so that they can maximize their profits. Toxic work environment. A negative work culture, difficult coworkers, or an unsupportive boss can make work feel stressful and draining. Well, I don't know what to say about that. I've personally quit several jobs because I couldn't stand working with the people I was working with. So, yeah, I get it. Just try and remember that everybody is basically acting out of their trauma. We're a society of traumatized people, whether we want to admit it or not. We all need therapy. So, when you get a whole bunch of people together who actually don't like their jobs, including supervisors, managers, owners even, that's bound to happen at some places. And that sucks. Lack of opportunities for growth. Employees may feel unfulfilled or stuck in their job if there are no opportunities for advancement or skill development. Yeah, this is true, but I will say, it really is not hard to put yourself above the pack these days. I mean, the bar is basically show up to your job. If you can just show up to your job and do a decent job, you're doing better than like 90% of the other employees. So, as far as career advancement, I feel like sometimes that's true. There are some jobs that don't offer any kind of employee advancement at all. I've worked in places like that. But a lot of the time, it's not that hard to rise up the ranks if you just put in a little bit more effort than everybody else. It ain't that much. 6, commuting. Long commutes or difficult transportation can add stress. Apparently the birds would have something to say about that today. What are you talking about, birds? You get to fly everywhere. You don't even have to deal with the traffic. Birds. Commuting. Long commutes are Really? Commuting. Every time I say the word commuting, the bird goes, commuting. Okay, we're gonna do it. Whatever, dude. Commuting. Long commutes or difficult transportation can add stress and take time away from personal activities. Personally, I just listen to really awesome loud music in my car, and that helps. Plug in some headphones, man. There's tons of stuff you can do while you're commuting nowadays. If you're driving, you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to music, you can read, you can play video games, you can sleep. I'm just kidding. Don't do any of those things while you're driving. Listen, I get this one. People on the road, especially in the morning, going to a place they hate, are the worst. People in their cars are the worst. This is not very positive, but not everything in life is positive. People suck in their cars, especially when they're racing off to a place they don't even want to be, but they fear of being late because of the repercussions or write-ups or whatever. So I get it. People are cranky in the morning, commuting sucks, but guess what? We can listen to music, we can listen to podcasts, we can do audiobooks. Just focus in on something that's not the traffic and just breathe. It's okay. You're gonna get there at the same time you were gonna get there if you're angry or if you're calm. Number 7, job insecurity. Uncertainty about job stability or fear of layoffs can create anxiety and stress for employees. Yeah, true. But once again, it's really not that hard to put yourself above everybody else. The bar is super low. It's not that hard to put yourself in a position where you won't even really have to fear for your job. You just have to put yourself above the 85, 90% of people who don't even want to be there and act like they don't want to be there. Regardless of my arguments, these are all pretty valid points. Especially in our American capitalist society, a lot of the lower paying jobs just suck. But here's the thing. Most of us still need day jobs to take care of our basic needs like food, shelter, and midnight Amazon shopping sprees. So what can we do to help with our anti-work mindset? I'll tell you what we can do. We can flip it. Justified or not, the disdain you feel for your job is like any other kind of hate. It hella drains you, and it permeates every aspect of your life. Do you really want your attitude toward your job to affect your out-of-work life too? Hell no. So how the heck are we supposed to flip that? Well, number 1, you're gonna laugh, or roll your eyes, or groan, but it's true. Number 1 is gratitude. So anytime your brain goes off on a tangent about, I hate this job, I hate this job, I hate this job, try to think to yourself a positive thought to counteract it. There's got to be something at your job that is a small light of hope. Do you have good friends at work? Do you actually enjoy the job you're doing? Are you actually paid enough to make a decent living to where you don't have to be afraid all the time? If the answers to all of these are no, you might want to reconsider your employment and maybe, once again, GTFO. There's tons of jobs. One of them's got to be like somewhat decent, or at least you'll meet decent people at them. Now, of course, decent people is subjective. If decent people means people that complain to you, go at it. I don't think you're going to find your way out of a negative mindset that way, but that's up to you. I ain't going to tell you what to do. Except that's the whole purpose of this show, so And if number 1 does not work for you, and you want to hang out with all the negative people who want to tell you how much they hate their jobs and how much you should hate your job, I got an alternative for you. Number 2 is to use your imagination. This one's a little out of the box. Pretend your job is a video game. We all love to play video games to try and escape reality, and that's fine. Reality needs to be escaped once in a while. But there's tons of games out there where you have to do mundane activities to get gold, coins, cash, weapons, food, whatever. But we still play those games and we enjoy it. Look at Animal Crossing. So what's the difference between playing a video game and doing mundane tasks and acting in real life and doing mundane tasks for money? There doesn't really have to be that much discernment. You can pretend that your real life is a video game and that you're just mining for gold or doing whatever you're doing and try to get a little bit better every time. Why not? It's a game. Once again, if you're really good at your job, you might get promoted. You might make more money. And the best way to do that is to pretend you're playing a game where you can get better instead of moping around and actually doing worse and worsening your mindset, worsening your energy, which is more fun. Before you know, people are going to be like, wow, check that person out. They're like super awesome at their job. I kind of want to follow in those footsteps. Be the example, Positive Pete's, and detach from reality. Alright, so maybe you don't like gratitude and you don't want to pretend life is a game. Well, fine, I guess you're a real adult then. I have a third alternative for you. The third alternative, if you hate your job, don't base your entire identity around it. Make sure you have things outside your job that light you up and light your inner child up so that you don't dread your entire life. And it's not just a cycle of wishing you were at home and then once you're at home, dreading going back to work. Work makes it feel like we don't have any time to ourselves. But that's not true. And once you start finding hobbies that you really love, you're going to find you have more energy to do those things. Start a side hustle. Work out. Play with your kids. Sing. Write. Do anything. Some of these things you don't even need extra time to do. You can sing at work. You could probably even record a podcast with your friend from your car on the way back from work. We live in a society of unlimited technology which has its downfalls but also has its pluses. You don't have to be stuck living your entire life for your job, especially if you hate it. Just find a hobby. Any hobby. Well, not any hobby. I would try to stay away from things like murder or stealing or politics, which is exactly the same thing. If you light up your life on the outside of work, it's going to be easier to see the positive things on the inside of work. Trust me, I'm proof. I still have a day job, and I used to be miserable at this same day job because of my own mindset. There was actually nothing really going wrong at the job itself. I was just indoctrinating myself into the mindset of, well, all bosses are evil. All corporations are evil. No one cares. These are all things that are instilled in us, but aren't necessarily true at every place. Are they true at places like Amazon? Probably. Not everywhere is. So don't go into your new job just looking for problems. We all carry trauma from our previous jobs into our new jobs. Try not to do that. Try to open up. Try to look at every new job as a blank slate, where you get to restart and reshape your identity. Well, yeah. Reshape your identity. Reshape your brain. I see new people coming into my job all the time, and you can tell right from the get-go they don't want to be there. So right from the start, they're doing themselves a disservice, because that permeates your entire life if you have a negative attitude. If you don't want to do any kind of work and you just want to sit on your ass all day, which I know some of you do. Don't lie to me, because it lives in me too. I've done it. I sit on my ass all the time. Your soul and your inner child need to be taken care of. And if all you're doing is dreading work while you're at work and while you're not at work, you're killing your inner child and you're killing your soul. You can blame the job for killing your soul all you want, but at the end of the day, the only one with the responsibility to take care of it better is you and me. That's why we're here, Positive Pete's. Nothing can crush you and nothing can crush your soul as long as you refuse to let it. Maybe you'll even end up grateful for your job because you're like, wow, without this job I wouldn't be able to afford anything. I wouldn't be able to do these hobbies, or I wouldn't be able to feed my kids, or I wouldn't be able to, feed my porn addiction. I'm not judging. I don't know what you're into. You should get that looked at though. Comment below if you have any extra appreciation tactics, or if you found yourself in a shitty job and found your way out of it via your mindset. Let me know. Let's talk about it. I'm not the only authority here, but I do know everything. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more transformative tips from this negative Nancy turned positive Pete.
I used to be a negative Nancy, but now I'm a positive Pete.